All right. So it's not hard, honestly. I mean, I know people are like, oh my God, Alex, how do you paint? You're amazing. And I'm like, no, really, it's just coloring with a paintbrush. It's not all that. But thank you. I mean, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. And thank you, Ryan, for laughing, because you're the only person that is apparently responding to me. So right now, I'm putting down this, it's like a yellowish ochre, but it has a I said tunt. It has a tint of green in it. I like this color because, it's earthy. It has a little bit of a moldish color to it. Yeah. So I'm going to share a little bit of exciting news because, I'm not Bob Ross. I don't feel that I'm quite as soothing as him. In fact, if any of you actually know me, I'm not a very calm person. My energy runs at high octane, much to the chagrin of other people involved in MTUG. So this is exciting news for me, I was recently featured in All the Art. All the Art is a local new St. Louis quarterly art magazine, and one of my paintings is featured on the back cover. So the editor-in-chief, Sarah Griesbach, asked if I would write an article about being a transgender artist here in St. Louis, and I said, why, yes, I would love to, and thank you for including me. So this is one of my paintings on the back cover, and then if you go to the second to last page, I have an article. So yeah, All the Art, available wherever you find local magazines. Thank you. Okay, back over here. So let's see, what's new and exciting? Some of my friends in the St. Louis drag scene will be performing tonight. Among those are members of our MTUG family, like Ryan, sweet little Ryan Klinghammer. His name is Ryan Klinghammer. And he performs under the name Tom Mars. And so Tom and a lot of my friends from the Gray Fox Theater will be performing tonight later on during the live portion of our evening. So see, I layered in that yellow color, and now I'm coming back with this darker sap green, and it gives that like mossy, aged, lovely color that we are looking for on our house. Where's my jar? Here's my jar. I need my jar. So me and you, we're just going to hang out, and I'm going to paint, and hopefully you haven't tuned away already. Hopefully not, because I'm entertaining as hell, right?
Yes.
Right? Yes. Okay, so we've got this nice yellow down, and we're going to move over and work on our trans flag. So I thought long and hard about what color blue represents the trans flag. And at home, I don't know if you can see over here, I make a panel of every single color that I own. So all of the acrylics, all of the watercolors, all of the inks, anything in my studio that I own that is capable of making color, I make a sample board and I put them all up on my wall. So my sample board at home is full of all the colors, and it's fantastic. Okay, this is upside down. Okay, so these are Mission Gold watercolors. So we want a nice blue, nice trans blue. So I think we're going to go with this one right here. Yas. Yas. I feel like I need like a bunch of queers that are like, yas. Thank you. Now the party's happening. I'm like, yas. Okay. I think next, Bob Ross, I don't know how he did it. He sat there and he was like, so zen. He's like, okay. Oh, that's what we should do. Now we're going to paint. I'm pretending to be Bob Ross. We're putting in those happy little trans flag stripes. This is blue. But we don't have any mistakes. No. It's just blue. Just blue. And I know y'all can't see, but I am working from my laptop, and some people are like, how dare you work from your laptop? And I'm like, don't judge me. What did you say about tracing?
I said at least you're not tracing.
Who's tracing? That's dirty. Don't talk like that. I'm not tracing nothing. Okay. So we, for those of you who don't know much about painting at all, the longer you scrub, so this is a palette. This is like pressed color, as opposed to this is tube color. The harder and longer that you scrub this, the darker it gets. So if I were to scrub this, I would get a more saturated color, like I have going on here. But if I add see, I didn't curse. If I just add a touch of water, then it becomes this lovely pastel baby blue, which is lovely. So right now, where the wrinkles are, we obviously want a manly, dark, shadowy blue, right? Okay, putting in. Boop, 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 boop. Why, Alex, that's the most masculine elevator music I've ever heard. Thank you, I try. Ryan, what else should we talk about?
You want to talk about how you're also a drag performer here in San Juan?
Oh, that's a really good idea. Thanks, Ryan. So I'm also, for those of you who don't know me, I'm also a drag performer at the Gray Fox. I perform every once in a while during Manic Monday. Manic Monday is the All Drag King review, and a lot of my friends who are actually performing tonight are going to be here, perform there also. So yeah, my stage name is Puck Rogers.
With a capital D.
We'll leave that part out. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Drag was started by trans women of color, but now it represents and is welcoming of all peoples, of all genders and all representations. And there's something called gender effery, which if any of you know me, that's not how I really say it. And we have some lovely gender effery performers tonight who are wonderful. And it makes me so happy that drag has become, encompassing of all, people, not just, just not a drag king or a drag queen, but now we have all kinds of drag performers. So I'm moving on to this lovely pink, and I don't just pick a pink, but honestly, I deliberate with myself, what is that perfect shade of trans pink? See, look, I'll show you. Boop. Which one would you choose? I chose that one because it's pink. It's punch you in the face pink. So I'm working on a 300-pound paper, a cold press. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, paper comes from trees. Yes. The more you roll it, the more pressure you apply, the more water it can hold. So there is literally 300 pounds of paper squished into this much, that much. 300 pounds of moisture can be absorbed into this piece of paper. Oh, that looks lovely. We've got some nice pink. We've got some nice blue. I like putting down the Higgins. It automatically creates depth and shadow that I can just come right in with the watercolors afterwards and layer right on top of, and it creates immediate definition. That's looking lovely. Look how much that pops. We'll come back in. We've got our blue over here in the corner. Whoa. How? Uh-oh. Oopsie doodle. I love you, Ryan. So, as we mentioned before, I am Special Events Director for MTUG, and so some of my duties, if you will, for that is I am the curator for our annual art show. I've been doing that for 5 years now, but also in addition to the LGBT art show that I curate, and all of our lovely volunteers help me run, we also have 2 dances a year that we put together at the Monocle. Laura Coppinger is the manager over there, and she is wonderful to us. We've had 3 dances there now, and our next one is on February 16th. So if you are trans, intersex, non-binary, or just good old-fashioned queer, bring yourselves down to the Monocle and dance with us on February 16th. But sometimes, whenever we don't have a dance and we don't have an art show, we do little, just every once in a while, little fun things like we go to karaoke or parties at the house. Okay, what do we think? Oh, I missed a spot. A little bitty bit of pink popping out there. There we go. Lovely. How are we doing on time? 2 minutes. Is there anything, Kristen Goodman, you think I should talk about?
Like, what's your training? Like
Oh.
How do we become as awesome as you?
Oh, wow. No pressure. Okay. Well, so I started painting whenever I was in grade school. And for the first time, I was, in the 3rd grade, and my art teacher said, you should paint this can of soup. It was bok choy, not bok choy, chop suey? Yes, it was a gigantic can of chop suey. And little me in the 3rd grade was like, yeah, I can do that. And I drew this can of chop suey, and to this still day, 40-year-old me was like, damn, that was good for a little kid. And so time went by, and my teacher in high school was like, kid, you're okay. And I'm like, thanks, bruh. So time went on and into high school and then into college, and it was time for me to pick a major. Oh, by the way, I'm switching over to a different product. This is water-soluble graphite, like literally graphite that you color, like use a pencil with, but it's water-soluble. Look, scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. So I went to college, and I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do the rest of my life. So I just kept practicing, and a hobby became a job. I would say I really enjoy watercolor more, but I like the effect and I like the look of acrylic better. So as you can see, I'm coming in with this water-soluble graphite, and I'm adding the color of the shingles on our house. So the goal is, whenever we cut back to me at the end of the hour, I will have a lot of this done. Let's see if that actually happens, huh? But by golly, I'm going to try. So I hope that you all enjoyed listening to me do my best to talk and paint at the same time. This part of my brain and this part of my brain, I think they did okay together. But yeah, so thank you so much.
All right. Alex, I'm so impressed by your piece. Seriously, I remember looking at your artwork when it was being displayed at the Monocle recently, and I'm just blown away by the saturation of your color and the way you kind of capture that moment. And the Metro Trans Umbrella Group HQ will never look better than in your piece. So thank you for sharing your talents. We'll check back in with you a little bit at the end of this hour. I just want to remind everyone that we are doing this for 24 hours, so certainly we have tons more entertainment coming up for you. But thank you so much to those of you who have already donated your funds to this cause. If you're just tuning in, you may be a little bit unfamiliar with the work that Metro Trans Umbrella Group does. So I just wanted to let you know about some of the support groups that are available through MTUG. They end up working with over 100 adults a month in these support groups. There's a bunch of different active groups happening currently. There's FemSpec, that's for humans on the fem side of the gender spectrum. There's Locker Room for humans on the masculine side of the gender spectrum. Expression Spectrum is for the non-binary and non-conforming family. QTPOC for our siblings of color who are trans and queer identified. Unladylike is for femhumans who don't identify on the binary spectrum. Sooth is for spouses or significant others of trans-identifying humans. Orchid for intersex individuals. And then we have other private and mixed groups and online groups as well. So if you are out there and you're looking for support and you're looking for community, reach out to MTUG, go to the website and check out the different support groups and find out what time they meet. Most of the groups meet at the beautiful headquarters down in South City. There are a couple that meet around other satellite locations, including Pride St. Louis at the Pride Center. But this is one of the main services that MTUG offers our community. And these are services that aren't found anywhere else for hundreds of miles. So we have people coming from all over the region to find their people and to find other humans who are like them and who are going through the same kind of struggles in life that they might be facing. So these support groups are vital. So thank you so much for donating your funds to help those efforts. And I don't know if we have a running total yet. I'm sure it's displayed here on our lovely green screen thermometer situation. But I'll get an updated total and share that with you at the end of the hour. But right now, I want to toss it up to an interview, if we are ready, in our lovely interview room upstairs. And we just, again, thank you so much to KDHX for hosting us this year for this second annual telethon. Last year, we were thrilled to be at the community center at Pride, and this is amazing, this facility here at KDHX at the stage, so thank you for that, team. So we're going to toss it up to the second floor if they're ready. I believe Sayer is going to be interviewing S.A. Billings, so I'll toss it up to you, Sayer. Take it away.
Thanks, Kristen. All right, I'm up in the fancy interview room, and with me I have S.A. Billings, the president of the St. Louis Gender Foundation. S.A., welcome.
Good afternoon.
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to share space with you. Let's start off, and will you let folks know what is the St. Louis Gender Foundation?
Well, the St. Louis Gender Foundation is a group of transgender individuals, and as you pointed out to me years ago, you said, don't you have some cross-dressers in your organization? And we do. I would say maybe upwards of half our members are self-identified cross-dressers, but all of our members are exploring their gender identity and meeting with like-minded, like-oriented folks to not only share some time together, but develop one-on-one relationships for not only for friendships, but just for resources to help explore their identity and who they are.
And you all have been taking up space under the umbrella for a very long time. How long has the St. Louis Gender Foundation been in existence?
Its origins date back to the early 1970s. First meeting in houses, and then it went to meeting rooms in restaurants and the like, and it progressed from there to the point where in 2004, due to the need to sign contracts to get meeting space and to do other activities, became incorporated as a nonprofit in the state of Missouri.
Wow, since the 70s. I mean, the trajectory of our movement has changed so dramatically and so much. What it would be to be able to hold space with those four mothers in the beginning in the 70s and be able to sit in on one of those meetings and hear about the conversations. I wonder, I don't know, how would that be?
There are LGBT history projects that are going on that are trying to conserve and collect that information, if not from newsletters and the like, from oral interviews, so that does not get lost. I think you probably talked with Steve Brawley from the LGBT History Project here, and Dr. Friedman from WashU. They're both working very hard at trying to conserve not just trans information, but from early LGB organizations as well.
For sure. Yeah, it's so important to document our collective histories, and I really appreciate the St. Louis Gender Foundation always coming to the table. Certainly under your leadership, I've seen a lot more visibility from your organization, and I really appreciate the partnership, and I've appreciated being able to get to know you. There is a video that Janie Wilson made for us, centering the St. Louis Gender Foundation under SA's leadership, and it's about an 8.5-minute video that we're going to be showing a little bit later. So that can be sort of the historical relevance, some of the history of the Gender Foundation. So I want to ask you personal, because I don't get an opportunity to really hold up that space. How has your journey been, SA?
Well, my journey with the Gender Foundation actually started 10 years ago this month. My first meeting with the organization was in December of 2008.
Okay.
And been steadily active, attended most monthly meetings. As we mentioned in the video, we have 10 monthly dinner meetings, and that's September to June. And then we have monthly, every month, 12 months of the year, we have a luncheon get-together.
Yeah.
Both on Saturdays, but different Saturdays.
Sure.
And that's kind of the central gathering for our membership, is either at the dinner meetings or at the luncheons, and that then leads to that networking, both one-on-one and group networking, that helps people grow and develop.
Yeah. Tell me how it was to go to that first meeting for you.
Oh, anytime you're out and enter the community for the first time, there's always that little bit of trepidation.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of nerves. Will I be accepted? What's this gonna be like? And it's not just meeting with the community, with the trans community, but you're actually having to navigate through the general community to get there.
Yeah. So taking up that space. Well, I'm so grateful that you do take up the space that you do,
Well,
SA.
thank you.
And I'm grateful for the St. Louis Gender Foundation to trailblaze, because I believe that organizations like the Metro Trans Umbrella Group would not exist were it not for humans organizing 35 years ago. So where is the St. Louis Gender Foundation headed?
Well, I think it's an arc, and you have to see a little bit where we've been to see where we're going. I don't think we're going to change dramatically, but we have a tendency, we each serve a niche.
Yes.
And a couple of the niches that the Gender Foundation serves is those folks that come to their gender identification a little bit later in life.
Okay.
Our membership, probably the lower end is somewhere around 40, and then it goes upwards. And although our bylaws say that a member can be as young as 18, and I think your bylaws say the same thing.
They do.
The fact of the matter is that if you're 18 or 19, you're more likely to be affiliated with MTUG, and if you're 38 or 48, you're more likely to be affiliated with the Gender Foundation.
Well, that's so interesting, and I'm glad we're a hybrid of both then, right? So part of what we're doing here is talking to trailblazers and interesting folks and people who are propelling our liberation forward. And one of the ways that we're sort of honoring people is I think that you were a recipient of this last year also, right? With we engaged a local trans or non-binary artist to create a limited edition print, and your support is essential for our liberation. And
oh my.
I believe that to be very true, SA, that your support and your space that you take up, both as SA and as the president of the St. Louis Gender Foundation, is vital to our liberation.
Well, if we're passing pieces of paper around, I have a piece of paper for you.
Wow. So this piece of paper is a $1,000 check for the Metro Trans Umbrella Group. So that from SA. Wow. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
This is a lovely paper exchange. Thank you so much for coming out, and thank
You're
you
welcome very much.
Thank you for being a part of this. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
I think what MTUG does is very important. You talked about the changes. I think folks of the current generations are coming to their identification and realization much earlier in life.
Yeah, I'm glad for the spaces that we take up. Thank you. All right, I reckon we're going back down to Kristen. And I think my friend Julie Lynch is going to be playing here shortly. Oh, a little bit more. Yeah. So yes, Julie Lynch, I think, is the next performer, and it's fun to note that I've known that particular human for 18 or 19 years, so it's really exciting that she's going to be on stage, and it's a whole nother story how I might know that human, but I'm really grateful for her to be participating in the telethon, and just having this space. The KDHX sign is right here, just holding space again for KDHX, stepping up and stepping in and supporting on us. We were just talking about how fancy this place is that we were able to utilize for this telethon. What a gift. What a great gift. What a really community-based organization KDHX is for allowing us this space. And we're really grateful. So did I ramble enough to fill up the time? Are y'all ready down there? All right. We'll see ya.
Thanks, Sayer, and thanks, SA. We really appreciate all of the work that you've been doing with the Gender Foundation, SA. That's an amazing legacy that we can hopefully carry on with the work that we're doing with MTUG as well. Here I have our musical entertainment for the hour. I have Julie Lynch with Anthony as well, and I want to tell you a little bit about Julie. Julie, I met you at the adorable coffee shop in, what city was it?
Little Ireland.
Little Ireland.
Pacific.
In Pacific. Okay, yeah. It was a really cute cafe where these fine folks were doing some music there. And so Julie is a local singer and musician of many styles, including acoustic, singer-songwriter, pop, soul, and R&B. She has thrilled audiences with performances in many choruses, including Caris. I love me some Caris. The St. Louis County Community Chorus, and where she's also a soloist, and St. Louis Symphony in Unison Chorus. Wow, I love in unison. That's wonderful. She's joined today by accomplished guitarist and performer Anthony Clark, and you can find out more about Julie and her music on Facebook and Twitter or on her website, julielynchsings.com. So without any further ado, I'll let y'all take it away.
All right, let's do it.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that's never shone on me. I want my whole life to be live with you, live with you.
Out here. We put it out live.
There's a way, everybody say, to do each and every little thing. What good does it bring if I ain't got you? If I ain't got you, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. In my brain, I see your face again. I know my frame of mind. You ain't got to be so blind, oh, but I'm blind, so very blind. I'm a woman, can't you see what I am? I live and breathe for you. What good does it do if I ain't got you? If I ain't got you, you don't know what it's like. Honey, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you, the way I love you. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. Ooh, yeah. Thanks, y'all. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, turning in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback to one night, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me. I can't hear what you've said. then you say, go slow, I fall behind. The second-hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after your picture fades and darkness has turned to gray. Watching through windows, I'm wondering if you're okay. Then you say, go slow, I fall behind. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me, babe. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Time after time. Hey, hey, hey. Time after time. Time after time. Thanks, y'all. They say everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. So I remember every face of every man who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. They say every man needs protection. They say that every man must fall. Yet I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above this wall. Oh, I will see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Yonder stands a man in this lonely crowd, a man who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him shouting so loud, crying out that he was framed. Oh, I will see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Oh, any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Okay.
We good? Did we get bit? The gremlins in the system? Okay, here we go.
And you got me let go. What do you want from me? And I tried to buy your pretty heart, but the price too high. Baby, you got me like, oh, love when I fall apart. So you can put me together and throw me against the wall. Baby, you got me like, don't you stop loving me. Don't quit loving me. Just start loving me. And babe, I'm fist fighting with fire just to get close to you. Could we burn something, babe? And I run for miles just to get a taste. Must be love on the brain that's got me feeling this way. It beats me black and blue, but it hurts me so good, and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain, and it keeps cursing my name. No matter what I do, I'm no good without you, and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain. You keep loving me. Just love me, yeah. All you need to do is love me. And you got me like, oh, I'm tired of being played like a violin. What do I gotta do to get in your ever-loving heart? Baby, you got me like, don't you stop loving me. Don't quit loving me. Just start loving me, babe. Babe, I'm fist fighting with fire just to get close to you. Can we burn something, babe? I run for miles just to get a taste. Must be love on the brain that's got me feeling this way. It beats me black and blue, but it hurts me so good, and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain. It keeps cursing my name. No matter what I do, I'm no good without you, and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain.
All right, so Julie's going to pick up her guitar, and she can't play her guitar while she's wearing her jacket. So this is an interesting thing that guitar players have to learn sometimes.
Well, those zippers get to clicking.
So this is our little rendition of a song that I think most of you will know.
We want to thank you guys for having us. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Sayer. This has been a real joy for us, and everybody please be sure to give to this great cause.
Absolutely. 1, 2, ready, go.
Each day through my window I watch her as she passes by. I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy to have a girl like her. It's truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellas in the world, she belongs to you. But it was just my imagination running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. Soon we'll be married, raise a family, a cozy little home in the country, with 2 children, maybe 3. I tell you, I can visualize it all. This couldn't be a dream for 2 real little scenes. But it was just my imagination once again, running away with me, yeah. It was just my imagination running away with me. Every night on my knees I pray, dear Lord, hear my plea. Don't ever let another take a love from me, or I will surely die. Her love is heavenly. When her arms enfold me, I hear a tender rhapsody. But in reality, she doesn't even know me. But it was just my imagination once again, running away with me, yeah. It was just my imagination running away with me. No, I can't forget. 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 No, no, no. Just my imagination running away with me, yeah, yeah. Just my imagination running away with me. Just my imagination once again, running away with me, yeah. It was just my imagination running away with me.
Just my imagination
running away.
Just my imagination
running.
Just my imagination.
Just
my imagination.
Just my imagination
running away with me.
It was just my imagination running away with me.
Woo! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Another hand for Julie Lynch and Anthony Clark, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank everybody watching at home.
Wonderful job, seriously. I know you're a friend of Sayers for a long time, and so it's really awesome that you were able to be part of the entertainment for this event. Yeah, thank you for coming. Another big hand for them all. I think we should touch base with Alex's painting. What do you say? Let's sneak over here.
I got a lot done.
You did get a lot done.
It is actually amazing how faster I paint when I'm not trying to talk.
Yeah, that's great. Let me grab this mic for you. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really amazing. Seriously, I'm impressed. Just
Thank
the work
you.
you've done on the flag there in the last
Yeah, I
few
got the
minutes
flag
is
done.
beautiful.
I got the shingles done. I'm almost done with the chimney.
So where can we find this piece once you're finished with it?
It'll be hanging at MTUG's headquarters forever.
Forever. Yeah, so come
your
by
viewing
to
enjoyment.
the MTUG headquarters in
Yeah.
South City and check out Alex John Meyer's amazing work of art. It'll be really meta because it'll be like, oh, I was just
In the
outside
house,
and then
in
you're
the house,
inside the house.
in the house.
The painting of the house, inside the house. I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, well, really great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you've done for MTUG. And
Thank you, everyone.
Don't stop painting. Your stuff is incredible. I mean, look at, I hope that y'all are able in this room to come and check out this amazing work later. But we're going to let you break down because we have so much more entertainment. And I'm sure you will be able
Thanks,
to
all.
display it for all to come. I'm going to head over to our little green screen and give a little update. So here I'm tootling over to our green screen. Ta-da! So, so thanks for tuning in today. We've got so much more coming at you. I'm like can't believe how fast the time is flying by, but we do have many hours left of incredible entertainment and interviews. So please make sure to share this live feed and tell your friends to tune in. I want to give you a little update. We have, counting the $1,000 amazing generous donation just now from SA Billings, our total is up to $6,863, y'all. $6,000, 863. Thank you so much for giving your funds. I know many of us funds are short right now. MTUG can use your help as well. So if you don't have dollars and treasure to give, perhaps you have some time to give. Go to their website, learn a little bit more about what MTUG does so that you can figure out how to support their efforts. One of the things that I know that they are providing for the community is documentation clinics. And what that means is, imagine if all the times that you need to show identification, to show your documentation, if every single time you had to present that ID, you had a moment of anxiety because your ID didn't necessarily match the way that you were presenting yourself,